Hello and welcome to the monthly recap of Ride the Teacups. It is July 2019. This month was graphics month, so not a whole lot going on the coding front, but all kinds of graphics coming up. So just kind of a recap of what it is we accomplished this month. First off is the logo. Ride the Teacups has a logo. I may end up changing the character in here, but this is going to be the primary logo for Ride the Teacups that you're watching. It'll have the colored background. It'll have the blue spot. It'll have that teacup. Like I said, I may change the character inside, but that's also going to be the font for it, and get set up as the original version. Certainly quite excited about the way that it turned out. I think the cup especially looks pretty cool. Yeah, just really happy with the way that it turns out. I have the ability to spin the purple and pink background should I want to. I also have round versions of that, so I can actually kind of rotate it backwards and have it look like an actual perspective version of the teacups, which will come in real handy when I do the intro animation, because that's what that'll entail, is actually writing the teacups using the logo. Future plans for the logo include the ability to change the color of the teacup on the fly, and in the distant future, this will be a website where you can actually create your own character avatar. So instead of having my character in the teacup, you will see yourself in the teacup, ultimately in the teacup that's your favorite color, and you'll see that all throughout the site. So kind of a neat way to personalize everything for you eventually in the future. So the main logo is all set up and it's in use on the site and several of our social media channels. We'll get to that in a little bit. I also wanted to create just kind of header images for the blogs, for the park info information, just very wide things that end up being at the top of everything. I ended up accomplishing that using quite a few of my own vacation photos. Just made it very wide, touched everything up, tried to get the best camera angles that I could to get everything moving. So, and obviously we don't want the web browser resizing anything if we can at all help it. So those will be shown everywhere and be able to be seen. There's actually, I know it's rotating through maybe 10 of these, but I actually ended up with around 400 of these different images, all of this size. So, and they're all mine. So that's before I get to any stock photos or anything else. So, certainly happy about the library that has been set up for that. These also act as kind of hero images, things like that, as well, for any of the things that we want to be able to share. And then one of the other things that I wanted to complete, I always want to be creating content. So I wanted to write 2 blog entries throughout, basically throughout this entire time. Every month I'll have at least 2 blog entries written out. Ended up accomplishing that as well. So as we get into the actual web browser here, you can see this one is how to make your kids tall enough. Before you crucify me in any of the comments, these are not just, hey, stuff your kids. This is actually being responsible, making sure that we're keeping your kids safe, and as an added benefit to keeping your kids safe, some of these happen to increase your kid's size. So don't jump on me too much for that one. So things like orthopedic inserts, these are going to help your kids walk the miles they're going to go to Disneyland. You will thank me for doing this later. As a side effect, they happen to make your kids taller, but you do not get to stuff your kids' shoes full of stuff. And then measure your expectations. Maybe you're not tall enough, but set that up ahead of time early, and be ready for that. Don't stand on your toes and cheat. Don't use a torture rack on your children to try to get them there. And then just different things where, kind of my interpretation of the different rides, things that even if they are just tall enough, these are things you should probably avoid, and the reasons why for each of those, along with a rather funny story of Chris Hemsworth, who plays Thor, and his daughter going through Tower of Terror when she was not tall enough, but he cheated, and it did not go well for him. So just different ways to go about and do that. The other blog entry that I was able to finish also has to do with the movies that you should watch with your kids before going into Disneyland, just to kind of get them prepped and ready for the park visit. They'll get to know their characters and everything else. And then going along with the graphic story and finishing that up, I also wanted to grab my social media pages. So we actually have a Facebook page, complete with the logo that you see there and the background banner. I'm going to adjust some of the sizing of the text so you can see it a bit better. But everything is in a safe zone, so as far as text goes. So if you're looking this on your mobile device or on your tablet or on your computer or whatever, you'll be able to see it and read everything, which was quite a challenge for some of these. So the Facebook page is up there. Actually has a little bit of content already, so that's fun. We will have a Pinterest page, which currently doesn't have anything, but will have different ideas of things that projects you can do with your kids before and after the trip, sometimes during, get things going. It'll have an Instagram page that'll have some Disney photos that we've taken as we go. We will have a Patreon page, so Patreon page that just kind of describes what it is that we do, and that we'd love to to get your support in that. So that is the details are in progress, but again, the banner is all set and good to go. And then the YouTube channel, same thing. We have our header image, the actual logo that goes there, and everything is all set up as much as it possibly can be. And then in addition to the blog entry, I also wanted to create a test video, kind of test out the studio, test out my lighting, my camera techniques, and the different ways that I want to go about creating videos. I've accomplished that as well. So we have the Lego video, introduction to it, which will go through and have me actually building this Lego set, which future Lego sets, if I do more Lego sets, will be Disney based. This one was it was cheap, and it was a great way to kind of get started. And just a way to kind of find my style as far as making videos. So lots of fun to put together, fun to get inside of the studio. I ended up putting in a branding piece at the end there, which was a lot of fun, and figured out how to put my title cards on there. So lots of fun with that. So those are there as well. So accomplished quite a lot this month. Actually got through everything that I wanted to do, so I'm quite happy about that result as well. I'll have links to all of these social channels in the description down below, so please be some early adopters for me. I'd appreciate it. A lot of the different features don't unlock until I have a certain number of likes or subscriptions in the case of YouTube, so it would really actually be helpful to me if you don't mind jumping on that a little bit early, please. So next month we're getting back into coding, working on some games, some other fixes. August will be a little bit of a slow month. It has lots of items, but they're all kind of little items to get things going. So thanks very much for watching this update of everything we accomplished in July of 2014. Hope you enjoyed it, and thanks so much for watching. We will see you soon.